it might be better. All right, please, those that are in the room, you try and raise your hands, please. We attend to those that raise their hands. I will clear the room if nobody raises their hands after I take Dami. Dami Akams, please, you have 60 seconds. Dami Akams, can you please unmute yourself? You have 60 seconds to bring your question. Dami.
Yeah, good evening, the Prime Minister. Thank you very much. We are very much around with you. We support what you are doing to Biafrans. This is you might decide to answer this question, or you might not answer it. It's just a kind of internal security. I know exactly the answer, but if you will try to make it very clear to Biafrans. We have established a police force as well, which I knew very much well. But I know the time. The time. That's what as I said. I know the question. I know the answer. But if you can make it more clear, that when people are saying that now that the internal security that due to our military are being protected after the military. Internal security, the police force supposed to be helping in maintaining peace and crimes internally. Can you explain to them the reason and when actually that bringing up the police force now might bring a kind of internal conflict? So thank you, Prime Minister. We will continue to support you no matter whatever we have stand. Biafra must come now. Thank you, our Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Your question was not very clear, but I think I know what you are trying to ask. The point is that the formation of the Biafra police to maintain the peace and order is on the process. And of course, because of it's on the process and because of the fragile situation we have in our land and the sabotage, we are taking it very, very easy on a very low key. So the Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra resistance fighters, the Biafra Defense Force, completely are in charge of the internal security of the Biafra people and the Biafra land at this point. But gradually, we are raising the police force of Biafra, state by state, and we are not in a rush because of the complexity of the whole thing. And remember that the enemies are also trying to use every announcement we make to recruit people and use them as sacrifice. Those who want to continue to please the Fulanis that they are actually dealing with Biafra forces, they will recruit people, send them to succumb, and the same people will tell the military where they are. They will go there and kill them. And when they kill them, they will announce that, oh, they have invaded ESN camp, IPOB camp here and there, just to continue to deceive the people paying them money that they are actually fighting against Biafra Liberators. So while Biafra Liberation Army remain untouched. And of course, our firepower is increasing every day to sustain the aggression of the enemy. So the police is something that is already ongoing, and like I said, it is on the low key. Do not join anything that you are not sure of. That is one thing I have to tell everybody. But we will take this particular formation of the Biafra police state by state on a very, very low key until we come out like bees. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. I appreciate your answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mazi Dani. Thank you very much. All right, the next person whose hands up is Mazi Citizen Dama. Citizen Dama, grab the mic.
All right. Good evening, Mr. PM sir. The 2023 saw a lot of surprises with the statement by the Nigerian state that an Igbo man is not fit to be president after P2B won the election, followed by several attacks on Igbo investment and lies across the country, especially in the southwestern part of Nigeria, where Igbo businesses were down and destroyed. That made a lot of people from the eastern region to have some kind of retrospection into their state in Nigeria as a country. Then the disappointment of the obedience and some pro-Igbo elements. I was in a space where you were hosted by Odogwu Ogidi, that's Chief watching where you tried to entertain some questions and explanation on the Biafran struggle. I eventually left the space because of the misunderstanding of what I cannot understand. So my question to you directly is, now there seems to be a lot of sympathy towards the Biafran agitation. What steps are you taking to bring in the obedience and the pro-Igbo elements into your struggle? Thank you.
Our doors remain open. The step is very simple. We open our doors for those who understand that Nigeria is not for them. And so we will not allow you to come in and destroy what we have done. So when you come, you must respect the fact that people pay with their lives to build the structure of government that you are now proud of today. So you have to serve and wait for your turn. If you have convinced us enough that you have something actually to offer, you will be allowed to serve Biafrans in any capacity. But for now, you must be able to prove to us that you are not coming in hoping that the Biafra government is a political pressure group where you will come and hang yourself and wait for 2017 or 2027. So you will now begin to talk about P2B. No, we will not give opportunity for any political talk or political pressure group in the Biafra government. It is either you are for the independence of Biafra or you are out. So our door is open. Biafra is not for Simon Ekpa. Biafra is for everybody who believes that they are Biafran, and those who believe that Nigeria is no longer attainable for them. So it is not, Biafra is not a property of me, of myself. It's not a property of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is for everybody. So your freedom is what should be the biggest priority for you. So our doors are open. The approach we are using now is to make sure that everybody is welcome to the liberation phase. And that starts with your own character, your behavior, and your attitude towards the liberation of Biafra. Not being used as a political tool to attack Simon Ekpa and the Biafra government. Not being used as a political tool to claim that Simon Ekpa is bringing insecurity. Like, I am happy for one of them that came here to talk about whether we are using violence, and everybody knows who is bringing violence. The history of how Nigeria brought violence to Biafra land is there. What we did now is to say that you can't kill us again, and we'll pick up arms to defend ourselves. And they turn around to say we are the one who bring violence to the southeast. But they have forgotten when they were killing people carrying flag. Not only that they have killed Biafrans, they also killed those who believe in Nigeria. The Loki Tollgate shooting is still fresh in our brain. They were carrying Nigeria flag. And what people should understand from that single act is that the people who call themselves leaders of Nigeria today are not actually leading Nigeria. They have something else they are fighting for, not about Nigeria. And that's what many people do not understand. And that particular thing they are fighting has manifested. It is called the Islamic State. That is why they will give order. This man who is the president now actually was the one spearheaded the killing of Nigerians in Lekki Tollgate. They were carrying Nigeria flag. They say, I'm going to use a very vulgar word. They say, fuck Nigeria. Kill them. That is what it means. So it is not like they actually like Nigeria. The man who is now the president also said in 1997 that he doesn't believe in Nigeria. So ask him, what did he believe in then? If he doesn't believe in Nigeria and today is the Nigerian president, what exactly did he believe in? It is nothing else than the Islamic State. But let me also say it that he is not a Nigerian. I have been saying it. He is not from the Niger area. He's not a Yoruba man. I've said it several times. He is from Guinea. This man called Tinubu is from Guinea. Now, the entire Yoruba people will come on social media and shout who is Tinubu? Well, nobody is summoning courage to investigate. I said it, I have evidence of him being a Guinea man. If they doubt me, they should tell us which is his village. Where is his village in Yoruba land? He doesn't have village. He's from Guinea. And he committed crime in Guinea, ran to Nigeria, drug crime, and then he made friends with Babangida, all of them in the military. He became one of their errand drug pushing boy, the drug cartel. Many of you do not understand that during the military rule in Nigeria, it was all about drug pushing. Babangida was the biggest cartel capone in Nigeria history. Many Igbo people that got rich today were part of the drug syndicate of IBB. Many people don't know. We have some of them even in my place who were the errand drug pushing boy to these military men. They were having free passage at the Murtala Mohammed Airport. Once they pass, nobody checked them. They go with cocaine to United States. That was where this man, Tinubu, was pushing his own cocaine in United States. People don't ask questions. How did he manage to go to United States? From the help of military. The generals back then, this military you see today, this Babangida you see today, Babangida was the leader of the drug cartel in the entire West Africa. And he came to Nigeria, made friends with them. One of the deal is to cover him. They registered him in Lagos, and that was how Tinubu became a Lagosian. I am telling you the fact. He made them who they are. They made him who he is today. And he became a Lagosian. Through the cartel, he contested and became the Lagos governor. Remember that he was once in exile. He ran to exile. The reason for going to exile was because it was not just because of his political opinion. It was an internal problem with their drug cartel, coupled with his political opinion, of course. He went to exile. But before then, he has established himself in Lagos. And people see him as a Lagosian, but he's not a Nigerian. So, my brother, what I'm trying to say is that those people who have repented, who have seen that Obi cannot help them, and when this Obi started, we warned them that Obi is being used just like Tinubu was an errand boy. Obi is the errand boy for Britain. The only work Obi wanted to do is to drag Biafra into the election. We defeated them because 20 million people did not vote. So it's a defeat. He dragged Biafra into the election, and you see how they rubbish him. After that, they started attacking Biafrans in Lagos. Obi did not issue statement condemning the attack, including the physical assault and physical attack on Biafrans till today, except just a few weeks ago when they start talking about what is happening in Lagos and all that. And today, those people are disappointed. We also warned them that those people from Benin, not Benin Biafra, Benin, those criminals who are the Yahoo boys in Benin, who do comedies and all that, who were following Obi. They were not following Obi because they like Obi. They were not following Obi because they like Igbo. They were not following Obi because they like Biafra. They were following Obi because they want to follow Obi to distract those who they believe were fighting for Biafra. And immediately Obi fell. You didn't see them again making videos on social media. They disappeared. That is some of them that you see whether they say, oh, Obi is coming, Obi is coming. After that, all of them disappeared. They begin to abuse Obi. You don't see them again. We want those people following them. Where are they today? They disappeared. One thing is that we see things many people do not see. We see things many people do not see. And today, everything we have said has happened. And we are saying another thing, yet people are doubting it. We are shouting another thing that is yet to happen. People are doubting it. They look down on us. We say we are going to declare the restoration of independence of Biafra in December. They are doubting us. They don't know how to. But the enemies know that we're on the right track. And that's why they are panicking, declaring me wanted, declaring me terrorist. A journalist was asking me 2 days ago in Finland, how do I feel that I was called a terrorist? I said it was I'm very, very happy because it shows that now I'm actually working. It is a badge of honor.
Yes.
For me to be called a terrorist by Nigerian military is a badge of honor. It means that I have actually hit them. It means that the Biafra freedom is here. And I begin to give instances of those who were called terrorists in their freedom fighting. Mandela was one of them. Gandhi was one of them. Later on, what happened? They become the icon and legend you see today. So I'm not bothered by what they call me, what the enemy call me. The enemy can call me anything in quest to stop me. But what matters is that, do I know what I'm doing? Do I believe in myself? Do I believe in the Biafra? Yes, I do. And that's why I'm not bothered. Thank you very much.
Okay, please, can I add a follow-up question?
Go ahead.
All right. Meanwhile, I want to say categorically, of October 2020, I was there as a principal at the Lekki toll gate. So everything is well. You said something that your arms are wide open and the doors are open for obedience and other pro-Islam people to come in. I want to find out, in this era of social media, a lot of what happens in our society is being molded on social media by social media influencers. Like when it comes to Twitter, you have some people who are influencers on Twitter who host spaces. So I want to find out from you, are you making plans to have some kind of rapport with such people so that they can bring you in the Twitter space to engage with them, to interact and to clarify some questions that are actually bothering some people about the struggle and how they can actually be part of it? Do you have any such plans?
Like I said, when I say we are open, including myself, you know that when I appeared on that space you mentioned, I was not invited, right? I came uninvited, and I was ready to address any question. But you look at how disparaged they are. They were in that particular space. One of the girls there, was insulting herself. So instead of them to engage, in a discussion and engage in more meaningful discussion, it was all about you are killing people, you are doing this in the East, people are dying, so they cannot engage. The problem is that the people you are talking about cannot engage in meaningful discussion. They cannot engage in intelligent discussion. It is always how you are killing people, how you are doing this, how you are doing that. And these people are the people who never spoke condemning the Nigeria state massacre, condemning the Nigeria state terrorism against their own people. Like you just hear somebody saying that they killed in Enugu state, they came with the military, the Igwe of one place has been killed, and they will come back in the evening as a terrorist, without uniform, and they killed. You can never see them make make comment in condemnation of those kind of actions by the Nigeria state. But when I appear on their space, instead of them to have the opportunity to ask me difficult questions and questions that could also liberate them from the mental slavery, you see them saying, you are killing people in the Southeast. Stop the sit at home. Stop the sit at home. They do not understand that something actually led to the sit at home. That because when we want to protest in the street, just like you as a witness in Lekki Tollgate massacre, wouldn't you have preferred sitting at home than going to Lekki Tollgate to risk your life? That is the point. That is the reason we adopt this civil disobedience. Because each time you go to the street, Nigeria security agents, which is known as Nigeria Terrorist Organization by the Biafra government, will shoot you and kill you because they don't value the Nigeria flag. They don't value you as a human just for rising up and picking up courage to protest that something is wrong. They kill you because it is not about the Nigeria as a nation. It's about some interest they are protecting. And that interest is what is manifesting today. Muslim ticket, all geared to the Islamic State of Nigeria. So I am ready to always, go to spaces, even uninvited. Like I said, that's one you saw me, I was not invited. I just came in there because I saw that they were just being misinformed. They are misleading people, and I needed to correct some things. But you see, they were insulting themselves, thinking they're insulting me. So I had to leave. Thank you.
Honorable Prime Minister, I believe you know something about a man called Dr. David Masanga. Dr. Dr. David Masanga played a major role during the days of Mazin Kano. He's also a very powerful Twitter host. So I don't know, talking about these people.
All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as CD hot. In case it's your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. We will collect them. Mbamba. As it be for the obodo for Niger, the matter will be say it concern Mazin Nnamdi Kanu Ohamadike, one of the Igbo as it be. From the way we they see look of things, it be like say the recent president, current president of NIG in the obodo Mano has entered into wahala. Because looking at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's citation during his last court appearance, everybody was marveled, even the barristers, the legal counsel, sons, judges who were by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's side. We are surprised for him to have cited those parts of the constitution that he is not supposed to be tried in Nigeria. And that is another falling inside of Pepe Soup for the NIG president, Oga Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because that matter now is getting out of hand, because for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to have cited that particular law, it shows that something is really getting out of hand as it be. And everybody's wondering what is going to be the aftermath. What is going to be the aftermath of this particular case? And by the look of things, my brother, I will tell you that the NIG government is in hot pepper soup. The NIG government is in hot pepper soup, because from what I'm seeing, you find out that the NIG government is in big hot pepper soup. The pepper soup they are in is not just a pepper soup, but a hot one. Because when Kanu cited that particular part of the constitution, if you watch that video, if you have not watched the video, scroll down to my 8 days or maybe past 5 days broadcast or past 3 days broadcast, you will see that video there. Where Kanu was talking about, was quoting the constitution. He cited the constitution and said that the NIG government does not have the right to try him. And when he cited the constitution, there was something he said. He said that the NIG government are bona fide members of this particular constitution. They signed the constitution, that they cannot go back and fall their hand in the constitution because they are bona fide signatory to that particular constitution which they signed. That is to say that him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is not supposed to be tried in Nigeria court. There is something I want to say before I continue. Anything you are doing in this life, my brother, my sister, try to become experts in that thing. Whatever you are doing, you can be a mechanic, you can be a vulcanizer, you can be a welder, you can be a lawyer, you can be a politician. Is not even an occupation, because you can be anything. You can be an architect. But the main thing is that whatever you find yourself doing, make sure that you are the best in that thing. You know, when MNK appeared the last time in court, I looked at him. He was looking very fresh. He was not looking like someone that is in prison. At least he's looking fresh. He's not looking like someone that is in custody. And he still came out with his Fendi. Now, if MNK is not educated enough, if he's not well read, how will he be able to defend himself? Did you see that MNK's 2 words have covered everything that the lawyers, we are trying to find out in the past 4 years, or in the past 2 years of this particular case, past 3 years now? MNK in one day quoted everything. Honor, it is good that whatever you are doing, try and become best in that particular thing. Meanwhile, let's go to another information as it hot. Police don't uncover plans to unleash mayhem in Kanu. There has been a lot of katakata recently in Kano State due to the issue of emir, and it looks as if this emir and monarchia traditional stuff of a thing, Igwe of a thing, the politicians has put hand into it. Yes, the politicians have decided to take over people's tradition in Africa in order to be able to control the people, because the present government may want to install their own emir, someone who favors them. The past government also removed the past emir and installed someone who favors them, because they want to have an upper hand of politics in that particular locality. That is what is happening. It happened in Imo State 2008, Dan, during the time of Rocha Sokorocha, where the government allowed a particular number of people to form an autonomous community of their own, and that was what affected Imo State. That particular system of traditional ruling or government at the locality destroyed a lot of things, because Ndi Igbo has their tradition. Ndi Igbo has their sacredness, likewise every other tribe. And when you desecrate this particular sacredness, what uphold the people, what the people are known for, you destroy the people, you destroy the ground, you destroy the foundation, the structure that the ancestors have laid, of which you know that this particular structure tradition has gathered the people for a number of years, for a long time, for a number of years. It has gathered the people for a number of years. And now you see politicians coming just all of a sudden to destroy whatever that has been built. Let's go down to what is particularly happening now in Kano State. I think that this particular scenario is only prevalent in Ali Igbo, but looking at what is happening in Kano, you will find out that politics has come again. Amid the emirship tussle in Kano State, the police have uncovered plans to unleash mayhem in Northwest State. The police commissioner of the state, Husani Gumel, stated this in a press briefing at the government house late on Saturday. According to him, the police and other security agencies have mobilized to take down anyone trying to cause terror in the state. We have uncovered criminal intelligence by some group of people who are considered as enemies of the state, miscreants who are trying to unleash terror in the state by embarking on targeted attacks on locations, particularly the House of Assembly, as well as some privileged locations within the state capital, he said. The police commissioner said the plot has been verified by so many sources. Anybody who wants to test the ground, security has the capacity to deal with the miscreant. We have perfected plans to embark on serious patrol and detection on locations where we are informed by the miscreants are hiding. He added, we are going to embark on a house-to-house search. Anybody who feels he is stronger than the law should try it. Kano will remain safe and nobody can override the decision. The issue of chieftaincy affairs have been perfected by the executive arm of government. We are standing by the law and we are strictly going to enforce the existing law, he added. Governor Abba Kabi had on Thursday dethroned Aminu Ado Bayero and replaced him with Muhammadu Sanusi II, a development that has been met with protest. My people, una don see as e dey happen. Na the governor of Kano State na im dethrone the current emir and install the former emir who was also dethroned by the past government. And you can see that this is politics at its peak, politics at its zenith. When politicians tries to play politics with traditions and customs of the people, you will find out that some of these things usually have a bad repercussion in the community and among the people. I think that politicians should try their best to separate politics with the people's tradition. Yes, because if the people's tradition are separated from politics, you will find out that the people will have a voice. The governor is there. The emir that he wants to install is his person. Now, when he installs this emir, you will find out that the people will not have a mouth of their own. The people will not have someone who can speak for them because the emir is governor's friend. Whatever the governor does is good. I think politicians should leave all these fundamental things, elementary matters, and focus on building the nation. Africa is falling. Nigeria itself is falling. The northern part, the southern part, the eastern part, the western part is falling. The economy is nothing to write home about. The economy has dwindled. It has gone down, and the government has decided not to look into some of these things. What they are looking into is installing and removing of emir, and also ways of making sure that they oppress the people more and more. Meanwhile, this is where I'll be winding down the curtain, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go on and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, it will be the first we'll collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you. The remembrance of the Biafra fallen heroes during the 1967 to 1970 Biafra Nigeria Civil War. Even though after that, the then head of state, in the person of Gowon, declared no victor, no vanquish. But the Biafrans are still on the go, and they believe that very soon they will be out of energy and be in the land of promise. After that, as it be, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has moved to stop trial by Nigerian court, heads to appeal court. Let's go down to the full detail of the information as it be. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has filed an application at the appeal court to stop his trial. In the appeal filed through his lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako, Kanu kicked against trial by an Abuja High Court presided by Justice Binta Nyako. A few weeks ago, Ejimako had declared that the court lacked the jurisdiction to entertain charges against him. The Nigerian government is prosecuting the IPOB leader on terrorism-related charges. In the application filed by Ejimako at the Court of Appeal, Ejimako argued the appellant Mazi Nnamdi Kanu filed this appeal against the ruling of the Federal High Court Abuja Division Koran BFM Nyako J delivered on 19th March 2024. The said ruling of the trial court is contained at page 42 to 43 of the record of appeal, and the notice of appeal is at pages 44 to 49. Of the said record, the record of appeal was transmitted to His Honorable Court on the 16th day of May 2024. There are 3 grounds in the notice of appeal, and the issue argued herein have been distilled from the said 3 grounds. The Lord's appellant has been in pre-trial detention since June 2021 at the headquarters of the State Security Service SSS in Abuja, and he is currently on trial on a 7-count charge, some of which are capital offenses punishable by death. On the 19th February 2024, the appellant filed a notice of preliminary objection to the jurisdiction of the trial court pursuant to Section 36(6) (b) and c of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, and under the inherent jurisdiction of the trial court, the said notice of preliminary objection was supported by an affidavit, 3 exhibits, and a written address, and it was brought on the following grounds. See page 324 of the Record of Appeal. The respondent act of forcible seizure and photocopying of confidential legal documents brought to the appellant at respondent detention facility by his lawyers said documents pertaining to facilitating the preparation of applicant's defense amount to denial of appellant's constitutional right to be given adequate facilities for the preparation of his defense and to be defended by legal practitioners of his own choice, and is thus a grave violation of appellant's constitutional right to fair hearing as guaranteed under Section 36(6)(b) and c of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. The respondent, out of refusing or preventing the appellant counsel from taking note of detailed counsel professional and confidential consultation with the appellant at respondent detention facility, said discussing consultation relating to facilitating preparation of an appellant defense amount to denial of appellant's right to be given adequate facilities for the preparation of his defense and by legal practitioners of his own choice, and is thus an egregious violation of appellant's constitutional right to fair hearing as guaranteed under Section 36. People don't see as they happen for that matter. In summary, for the layman, waiting they try talk there, we say that particular judgment, the way they are taking the matter, the judge Mazina Kano is not according to that particular constitution. Remember that Kano made it open that he cannot be tried in the Nigerian court, that is stipulated in the constitution, and Nigeria is a bona fide signature of that particular constitution. Something happened in Anambra on May 30th on that Biafra Day. Information reached us that some students disguised as water fetchers, they carried their bucket in order to be able to take their WAEC West African Examination Council. Let's go down to the full detail of the information. As there be students who are candidates in the ongoing senior school certificates examination of the West African Examination Council WAEC in Oka and its environs on Thursday, disguised as water fetchers to beat a sit-at-home order of the indigenous people of Biafra. The news also gathered that the palpable fear in the state followed the declaration of Biafra Day by the IPOB with a sit-at-home order coinciding with the day students sitting for May, June WAEC examination are taking mathematics subject 1 and 2. Though Anambra State Police Command have waived the threat of mayhem for the faulters of the order by IPOB, residents of Oka were still in fear as shops and major markets, including Ekoka, were under lock and key. Also, most students, especially candidates sitting for the examination at Igwebike Grammar School, Oka, and St. John's School, Amenyoka, were seen as early as 7:45 a.m. wearing plain clothes, disguising themselves to enter their schools for the examination. Some of them were seen carrying empty gallons, pretending to be going to fetch water, only to make swift entry into the school. Some girls were also seen carrying buckets on their head, like they were going to fetch water, and they entered into their schools where they changed into their school uniform. Meanwhile, the gate of Igobike Grammar School were locked with only one little entrance open for students to come in. This one is the update on what happened in Anambra State on the 30th of May when the Biafrans were observing the sit-at-home and commemoration for the fallen heroes of Biafra. Meanwhile, if we were in a place or in a country, in a nation, in a state, or in a obodo where things are working out well, I don't think that this commemoration should be something that will bring crisis issue between the government and the people, because the history is there. even though that after the 1967 to 1970 civil war between the Biafra and the NIG, there was a cancellation on the study of history in Nigeria schools. It was removed from the school curriculum, and even as at that, a lot of people already knew the history. They know what really happened. They know how everything took place. There are also people, bona fide witnesses, who are still there, who have not died. So there are evidence that such thing took place, even though that the government has refused the history to be passed down to generation. But there are eyewitnesses, people like Chino Achebe, Chimamanda, who was not born before that time, also have given some um, notes and also write up by his book called her book called Half of a Yellow Sun, and that of Nani Chino Achebe late, who was a good writer who also came up with There Was a Country. You find out that all those stories are picked and recorded in uh, that particular thing. As it be for Premium Time Nigeria says anxiety as security agencies battle IPOB over sit at home in southeastern part of Nigeria. Nke eburulaga asị na eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi ka e were efife chube ewu ojii maka na abalị na-abịa. Meanwhile, now here I go to wind down the curtain, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news draw, you go be the first we'll collect. And thank you for listening. God bless you.